We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll go play action. Howell. They'll roll him out right. And his first pass is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Howell. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Howell's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. 2nd down. Howell now. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Cousins here on the bootleg. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Madison will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Buying time to his left. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They go play action. Cousins. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Tariq Castro Fields coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Now on 2nd and 13, Howell. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. points, 1, 2, and 3, and their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd down throw for Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And his pass incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
goes on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And some room to work. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, so that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Faking the handoff. Howell. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Howell. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
To throw again on 2nd down. Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
It's Howell with another throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On play action, Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smiles.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you definitely got to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Back to throw. Howell winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for it. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Looking to throw again on second down. Powell. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And once more, Howell back to the air. And he slings one that's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handed out picks.
And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go in at the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Play action now. Cousins. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Third and long for Cousins. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Cousins now to throw on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's got some space here. He's got room at the 30. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other,
and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40.
And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape. Now Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
This is Smith with a grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Cook up the gut. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Joseph now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Lewis Seen.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Bringing him down for a loss was Tariq Castro Fields with a really nice effort.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll try to throw now. Cousins.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook
with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Second down, Howell now. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Washington on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, Howell to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And I don't know that fumbles. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing on 2nd and long. Howell, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
4th down, Howell, desperation time.
And my goodness, another interception.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We're up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon.
And the Vikings continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. it's safe to say we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Powell throwing on third down here.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So here we go, fourth down. Howell.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Another throw for Howell.
Thomas brings it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas.
And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
They'll run with Gibson.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
They'll go play action. Howell. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
160 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Vikings,
they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time.